What's up, you guys? It's Anam Khan. In this video, we're going to take a break from the usual finance content because I'm sure many of you guys have noticed this beautiful tan that I got going on. I used to be a white guy. Okay, just kidding. But today we're going to talk about a trip that I took recently to Aruba. And this is actually my second time going to that island. I love the island, and I feel like at this point I can add some value for those who are planning on trip to going there. So in this video, I want to talk about four main things. I want to talk about the flight to and from Aruba and all the paperwork that's required. I want to talk about accommodation and place to stay. I want to talk about what to eat while you're in Aruba, and you have to try these places. And of course, I want to talk about things to do. So make sure you press the like button, subscribe to this channel, and let's get started. All right, let's start out by talking about what is required when you're flying to Aruba and when you're coming back. So when you fly to Aruba, thank God there's no more COVID requirements, no COVID restrictions. You don't need to show anyone your vaccine card, no COVID test required. All of that is gone, all of that is waived. At this point, there's only one form you need to fill out when you're flying to Aruba, and this form is called the ED form, which stands for Embarkment and Disembarkment form. So all this form requires you to do is, it's an online form. It asks you for your flight information, when you're going to Aruba, when you're coming back, where you're staying. It asks for your passport information. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes to fill out, and that's it. That's all you need when you're flying to Aruba, and that's all you need to remember. It's a bit more complicated when you're flying back from Aruba to the United States. So there's again one form you need to fill out. It's called the US Declaration Form. And on this COVID declaration form, you just sign it. It's a 5-minute form, 5 to 10 minutes. Again, you fill out your passport info, all that stuff, flight, coming back to the United States, everything like that. You will not get your boarding pass to fly back to the United States until you fill out that form. So that's one thing you need to remember. The other thing you need to remember, and this is very important on your flight back to the United States, immigration is going to be in Aruba, which means that you should get to the airport 3 hours at least before your flight, because you're going to have to go through passport control, immigration, all that stuff, and then you have to go to this like 2 security lines. It's a very long process from Aruba to the United States, so make sure you get to the airport in Aruba early when you're taking your flight back. Once you're in the United States though, it's a very quick process. You just pick up your bag and you go. So that's all it is. And this covers the section where we talk about the flights to and from Aruba. The next section I want to talk about is accommodation and where to stay. All right, guys, so in terms of accommodation, there's 2 main places where people stay when they go to Aruba. There's a section in Nord that's near Eagle Beach and Palm Beach, and then there's a section in Oranjestad. You either stay in Oranjestad or by Palm Beach and Eagle Beach. These are the main 2 places. So Palm Beach and Eagle Beach, they're beautiful beaches, a lot more local shops, and you got a few shopping centers, but it's more centered around the beach. Whereas Oranjestad, this is more of like an older, cool Dutch architectural area with high-end shopping malls, more touristy. You have the famous Flamingo Island that has the nice beaches and all things like that. It's more touristy in my opinion, and a lot of people do enjoy staying there as well, but I personally like staying in Nord, where Palm Beach and Eagle Beach is. I think that area is far more beautiful, less touristy type of people, and overall just a great experience. So when I went to Aruba, I went for a week and I stayed 5 days in Nord where the beaches are, and then I stayed 2 days by Oranjestad. So when I stayed at Nord, when I stayed by the Palm Beach and Eagle Beach, I stayed at a hotel called the Radisson Blu Hotel, and honestly, I was very, very pleasantly surprised. The hotel, I booked it because I saw it was close to Eagle Beach and Palm Beach. I didn't know how it was actually going to be, but I did talk to a few local people there. They said that, you know, it's a newly renovated hotel. It's only like 2 years old in terms of renovations. It's a great place to stay. But when I got there, it was beautiful. So for around the same price that everyone had hotel rooms, I got a suite. And in the suite, it was a nice, spacious suite. I'll put up a video here so you guys can see it. But this suite was beautifully renovated, nice big bathroom, nice big master bedroom, big TV, everything. I got my own balcony. And I think one of the best parts about the hotel was that not only is it only like a 4-minute walk from Palm Beach, I think, but it was basically empty. And I mean empty in a good way. The hotel was not packed by any means. You could go to the swimming pool and the jacuzzi. Most of the times they're empty, or you would find times when it's empty. And I love that. They also had a gym there. It was awesome. The gym was really nice too. So I really very much enjoyed my stay at Radisson Blu, and I can't recommend them enough. Now, after my 5 days, I went down to Oranjestad to stay there for the 2 days, and that's where we, went over Oranjestad. We went to Flamingo Island. We stayed at the Renaissance Hotel. So over here, I stayed in the Renaissance Hotel for one main reason. I wanted to go check out Flamingo Island, which is very famous, and I'll talk about it in a little bit. And well, you can take a boat to Flamingo Island for about $120 each. Because it was me and my wife, it was gonna end up being like $240. I figured it would be better to just rent out a room at the Renaissance Hotel, because when you stay at the Renaissance, you get a free pass, unlimited free passes to Flamingo Island. You can go there whenever you want. All right, so that's the reason we did that. We figured that, for that price, not only will we get the boat rides to and from Flamingo Island, we'll also get a place to stay at night. It'll be a nice experience. It's a very high-end hotel. It's nice. I loved it. And then you're going to be by all the shopping centers and everything like that. So that's what we ended up doing, and that was our reason for doing so. So long story short, Nord, we stayed at the Radisson Blu, amazing hotel. And then when we were in Oranjestad, we stayed at the Renaissance, which was nice. We got a regular hotel room, nothing crazy, but it was overall very convenient locations for both of them. All right, so now that we're done talking about accommodation, and by the way, I wanted to make one more point. So the flights I booked from Google Flights, and then the accommodation I booked through Expedia. I figured it would be a nice hint just for those of you guys that are booking. Expedia has some good deals on. That's where I found it. All right, so when you get to Aruba, there are 5 places that I'm recommending that you have to try while you're there. It's really not that hard. You have to try these places while you're there. The number 1 on that list is obviously Eduardo's Food Shack. This is located on Palm Beach. Eduardo's Food Shack is a small mini shack. You can get some amazing acai bowls, which I love. I also love their poke bowls. These are 2 things that you have to try while you're there, and it's really refreshing out on the beach eating these things and going in for a dip on a hot summer day. I loved it. So that's number 1. Number 2 is Linda's Dutch Pancakes. Linda's Dutch Pancakes is also by Palm Beach. It's a quick 2 to 5 minute drive from there, and you can go there for breakfast. And basically you get those really razor thin Dutch pancakes. They're really famous. And for those of you guys that don't know, Aruba is a Dutch colony. It's owned by the Netherlands and governed by them. So obviously they have a lot of Dutch influence. So those tiny thin pancakes, those very skinny pancakes, it was really cool, really tasty, an experience that you have to try out. So that's number 2. Number 3 on the list is called Pofferdery's Food Truck. Now this was actually really cool. I just tried these this last time when I went to Aruba. I didn't try it the first time I went there. And they're actually some very authentic Dutch mini pancakes. They're very tiny. They're like about an inch big, and you get 12 of them. The dude who owns the food truck was very, very nice. I think his name was JJ. I think that's what his name was. I'm so sorry if I messed that up. But he's a really cool dude, and you get mini pancakes. They're delicious. You have to go. It's a great night snack when you're out just walking and shopping and stuff. And so I highly recommend you guys try that. I'll put up a picture of it if I can over here. And also, oh my God, so number 4 on this list, I need all of you guys to try this place. It's the best dating spot I know in Aruba. So basically, if you want to take your significant other out on a date for dinner, this is the place to go. The price is a bit pricey. It's expensive there, but I think it's definitely worth it. So this place is called the Flying Fishbone. So the Flying Fishbone is actually a restaurant located on the water, so you can actually eat while you're sitting on the water. Your feet are touching the water. It's actually a really great experience. The food is amazing, and at night it's amazing. It's an awesome experience. And so when you go there, I highly recommend that you book in advance, because this place does get booked really quickly. And if you want to actually sit on the water part of it, you got to book that like a month in advance. I actually didn't book it in time, so I couldn't sit on the water, but it was very close. I was sitting on the sand. So make sure you book it ahead of time if you plan on going there. It's an amazing spot. Look into it for sure. And the last place I recommend everyone to go, it's not really a restaurant, but if you're going to stay there for a week, food is expensive in Aruba. You need to understand that. So I recommend that everyone goes grocery shopping. There are a bunch of many grocery stores there that I highly recommend you just try out, shop for your everyday. Maybe if it's one meal a day for breakfast or lunch, if you could eat your own meal, it will definitely help you save some amount of money. So make sure you do that. And with that being said, guys, let's go on to the last section, which is things to do while you're in Aruba. So first, let's talk about one of the most popular things they have to do in Aruba. that is Flamingo Island. So if you end up taking a trip to Flamingo Island, you could take a boat right there. The boat actually comes inside the Renaissance Hotel if you're staying there. It's actually really cool. You go downstairs, a boat comes inside the hotel, you sit on it, and it takes you to Flamingo Island. And so Flamingo Island, in my experience, maybe I just went at the wrong time of the day. I went there in the afternoon. It was just overhyped for me. Honestly, it was just way too packed. It was way too hot. The water was nice and clean, but I'm telling you, Palm Beach and Eagle Beach are even cleaner and better in my opinion. So unfortunately, I didn't have the best time there. Flamingos are pretty cool, I guess. Iguanas are cool. You can see them all over. Flamingos are unique and all, but honestly, it was just too hot to enjoy for me personally. But if you guys do want to go to Flamingo Island, I think it's definitely one of the more unique things you got to try out while you're there, so do that. Number 2 is Delphi Water Sports. So Delphi Water Sports, it's actually, there's one specific thing that I'd recommend everyone to do. They're a very well-known company. It's on the beach of Palm Island, I believe. And they have this really cool ride where you sit on a big square and you're attached to a speedboat, and the guy just goes really fast, zigzag, and you just fly all over the place in the back. I had a lot of fun doing it. I think a lot of people have fun doing it. So I definitely recommend that. I don't even know what it's called, but just go check them out, Delphi's Water Sports. Another thing that I recommend everyone to do while they're in Aruba is go watch a sunset at Eagle Beach. Eagle Beach, in my opinion, Aruba and specifically Eagle Beach have one of the most beautiful sunsets I've seen in my life. The sunsets there are so picturesque, it seems fake. I'll definitely put a picture or video up of the sunset here. It's just insane, it feels fake. So I highly recommend you guys watch a sunset there. Maybe take a sunset cruise. I've done that too, a sunset boat ride. They're fun sometimes. So look into those. You have to go see a sunset on Eagle Beach. Highly recommend. You can also walk around Oranjestad. Oranjestad is a very aesthetically pleasing area. There's a lot of high-end shopping centers like I mentioned earlier. So it's really cool. You can walk around there. It'll be fun. You can also walk around Nord where Palm Beach and Eagle Beach are. That's where a lot of the local shopping centers are. I definitely recommend that place if you're looking to buy souvenirs for people back home. And actually, I recommend just staying at both places. There's just so much to do in both areas. I like staying at both. More though by Palm Beach and Eagle Beach, which I said earlier. Also, you gotta take a dip at the beaches. I recommend that. My favorite is Eagle Beach. That's my number 1 on this list. Palm Beach is a very close number 2. And then there's a lot of other beaches all over the island. There's another famous place that a lot of tourists go to. It's called Baby Beach. I personally, again, similar to Flamingo Island, I didn't like it too much. It was just way too packed, way too many people there, too touristy. And I guess it just wasn't good enough for me because I kind of got spoiled by Palm Beach and Eagle Beach. Baby Beach is a very clean beach when you compare to beaches out here in America. But it's still, I feel like Palm Beach and Eagle Beach are cleaner. I guess what's cool about Baby Beach, some people go there to snorkel. And also, if you walk out really far out, it's still very shallow. That's why it's called Baby Beach. It's safe for babies. I guess that's where the idea comes from. Oh, but on the way back from Baby Beach, there's a lot of donkeys I saw. There's like a donkey sanctuary there. I got some coconut water. Those are actually pretty cool things we did there. So yeah, I think the donkey sanctuary is probably funner than the Baby Beach. But yeah, I highly recommend those. And guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found a lot of useful content and tips in this video. And if you did, make sure you press the like button, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks. Peace.